everyone, welcome to my presentation 2. At the beginning, I want to actually explain my part 2 first. In the part 2, I will use my C code to create the ASM code, which is MIPS. So here is my C code, and then we have my ASM code here. And at the beginning, I want to actually explain my raster map first. So in the raster map, we set T1 to be array, our T0 to be I, our T1 to be the array size, our A0 to be the address of message 1, and our T3 to be the resource. I also want to explain a little bit of my message. So we have 5 array values, which is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and the array size is 5. In the message, what I explain is gonna be useful in the ASM code here. I'm gonna explain later, and at the beginning we also have the global main and the dot text here. So in the loop here, in the main, at the beginning we need to have our array and array size and also I, which is we give our array values here, we give our array size value here, and the I equal to 0 here. Then we jump to the for loop. In the for loop, at the beginning, we compile the I with the array size to make sure it is smaller than the array size, and and then we load the array value in this for loop. And if we have the correct, then we print the array I here, and also we print the message here. And then if we didn't find the value that is fixed now, we need to use I+1 to continue this for loop until we found the value that is fixed, which is explained here with I++1, and then we continue this for loop again and again until we found. When we found the value we need, we actually end for this for loop. So we set S1 to be the first address of array, and we have the A0 and A1 to be array and array address. After we found the value, we can just print the string, print sum of the array, which is print the sum of array here. And then we can print the resource, and also here. And after we print the resource, this for loop is just gonna be end and exist. And then we go to this array sum function. In this array sum function, the first thing we need to do is actually move the stick pointer and save the variable. So we save this function. We save this S3 and S4 into the state. And then as we see, we have to set the S3 equal to A0, which is array, and S4 is gonna be the array address. And when it says the resource and array size equal to 0, which is here, our resource is gonna be array plus the array sum, and we have our array size -1 here, and our array 1 here. And then after that, we were gonna continue. We found the value, so we just gonna to return the resource here. And after we found restore, we are just gonna exist for this function. And to check our loop is our code is correct or not, we can use something called the QtSpim. In this QtSpim, let's load our file here, and then we run it. After that, as we see, so we have our 5 array value here, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. When we add them together, the total sum is going to be 28, which is correct. And then that is our part 2. Now I'm going to explain our part 1. In the part 1, we will still write for the Python code. The Python code, we're going to explain my Python code now. So here we have our UDP stored. We have the transfer to bytes, and we have the version equal to 1. We give the port value. We give this two numbers value. We were gonna use the where check to check that's correct or not later, and after that we can just sorry. After that we have our transfer value to the big Indian bytes and our number of character in the bytes, the naming to bytes here, and then we can just send the info to the server, and also we were gonna to check this UDP is correct or not, and check the processing later. In this while loop, as you see, we set the version equal to 0, and in the state is the next two bytes will be the resource, and in the answer the OZ byte is gonna be the resource. And like I said, to check the UDP is correct or not, we need to use something called the where check. So let me put the where check here. Here's my where check. Sorry, I should put M here, make sure it's not open. Oh, sorry, make sure it's not closed. And we could just put our Python here with 1. We say that it's no problem for our UDP, and the two value, as we say, the together the answer for sum of these two values is also correct. Then we can open our Wireshark. We check this blue button, and then let's run this person 3 again. Okay, that number is still correct. And then we go back here. We put the DNS. As we see, we have our DNS file here that is for our package, and which is proof our Python code is correct too. Thank you for looking at